The people don't even have it. He said, we ain't gonna send it.
You say you're gonna send it.
Yeah, but dang.
I guess you're saying whatever you say.
Whatever it is, we want it.
We need it. You got to get that up out your pastor.
Ooh. Vivian Johnson, God bless you. April Flood, what a beautiful name, Flood.
That's my grandmama name.
Open the...
Ferline Flood.
I'm just saying.
You said it was a beautiful name. What's this? My grandmother's name.
I think it's an amazing name.
Yeah. Hello.
Vicky Walker, how you doing? Kiki Key is on here. Stacy, how are you? God bless you. Tamika Faines, Miss Senior Beverly Holt, the truck driver. To the lady truck drivers, I give you a shout out. Stacy, God bless you, Stacy. God bless you. How are you? To each and every one of you. Mother Cece, it's good to see you. Mother Cece, I just want you to know that Fred ate every cupcake. Amen. 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 He ate every cupcake. Lakika Hicks, good to see you. Jessica Gaston from Minneapolis. If you guys are logging in, you from overseas, let us know. Avis Michelle or Avis Michelle, God bless you. There's girl, beautiful Keisha Daniels. God bless you. Miosha Red Smith, we're praying. Tiff LaShawn, how are you? LaShawn. God bless you. Gastonia is on here. Mother Gilchrist, how you doing? God bless you all. I want you guys to have a watch party because this is our series of coupling with Pastor Fred and Jameliah. There's the Re-Warrior going up the timeline. The Re-Warrior, really, Fred?
Yeah. Skeeter.
The Skeeter guy.
Skeeters.
You've been dealing with bugs all day today.
Yeah.
No, let me see.
It ain't nothing to me. Your ass because I smell good.
Hold on. A fly landed.
No, ain't no
right
fly.
Here. Oh, gosh. God bless you all. Maxine Snip is on here. Kimberly is on here. Toronto. Look at Toronto. Oh, Canada.
Hey, Toronto. Canada.
Is on here. God bless you all. Ruth Anthony, how you doing? Where's Michelle? God bless you. Jennifer Ward is on here from Birmingham, Alabama. God bless you.
Birmingham.
Ma Charlotte is on here from Florida. Barbados is on here. Andrea Shepherd is on here. Chi-Town, Chicago. God bless you. God bless you all. How are you? Skeeter, that's right. It's a mosquito. Iris is on here.
Skeeters.
What's up? How you doing? Get Reggie. How's he doing? God bless you. How you guys doing? Someone said, glad to see you on here. TT Gray and her husband, Mr. Gray, is on here. Zach.
All right.
Let's go. Mississippi. M.I. Cricoletta, I. Humpback, I. We praying for the paint. We's praying for the paint. We're praying for Louisiana. We're praying for each and every. Am I still doing Car Chronicles? Ruth Crenshaw, baby, yes.
Yeah.
You missed it. If you have missed it, that's your fault. We on here every morning at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time until God says otherwise. And since He is not, I'll see you guys in the morning. So here we go. We get ready to start our series of coupling. We're talking about something that a lot of people get. Brick City, what's up? Brick City, what's going on? Newark is in the building. So we're going to be talking about something that someone said, not the paint. Yes, Uncle Clifford said that. We're going to be talking about something that a lot of people get misconstrued or they don't really understand the word space. Right, babe?
Yep.
So we're going to be talking about space. There is a very big difference between, thank you for that, Miss Wilson. There's a very big difference between healthy space and unhealthy space. And so we have the singles who are on here. We haven't forgotten about you. We have Swag Ministry coming up underneath the leadership of AP. But did you know that even singles, most people cannot find a partner or a husband or wife because of space?
Yeah.
Most people don't understand space. And so my husband and I were in a very good dialogue about space. So I'm going to let him. Someone said single. How many single people are on here? Thank you, Keisha Cole. How many single people are on here? Single people, if you're on here, signify by giving a smiley face if you're single. Because we ain't got nothing else. Everybody ain't mad and single. But I want to know if you're on here and you're single, give a smiley face. Can you sit?
Smiley face.
Yeah, smiley face. Give an emoji smile. Because right, if you're on here, we like to acknowledge you. Okay, so there you guys go. So, okay, there you guys go.
Okay, cool.
All right. Morris Freeman Sr. is listening. Also, the brothers are listening. Okay, so the brothers are listening. So if you're a single man or single woman, or if you're a married couple or a divorced couple, whatever you are, this is for you. So I'm going to let my husband start with that word, space.
How we got about it?
Yeah.
So,
Today. It was just today.
Yeah. So me and my wife are together all the time. All the time. So we had to go pick up another car. So we were split up for a moment. And she got out of the car. She was like, "Hey, that was kind of nice." She's like, "That was kind of nice."
Yeah,
you know, I don't drive a lot. You know, I'm not, because I do all the driving. I don't drive a lot. I'm not by myself a lot. And it was funny that she said that, because I think it was last week sometime we were doing a lot of work, something, just doing some projects around the house, and we was, I was on one side, she was on another side, and she was like, "Dang, it feel like we ain't been together all day." And even that day, the Holy Spirit was dealing with me about healthy space.
Yeah.
Or healthy space, or healthy spacing between two people. And that there's a such thing as healthy space and unhealthy space.
Exactly.
And if you get the two mixed up, then it could seem like a disconnect.
Right.
Because, especially like with me and my wife, I mean, I like being around her. She like being, she actually likes me.
Right.
And I actually like her. So we like being around one another. But there's such a thing as, time, season, things, works, whatever. It's going to come where we have to have, she going to have to go that way. I got to go that way. And we have to get used to what the Holy Spirit was dealing with me about healthy space and how we deal with that. Because I was like, you know what, baby? One day I'm going to have to do this. You're going to have to do that. You may be gone for a minute. And I ain't gonna be good. I'm gonna be like, "Where's she at?" Right.
He did say that, and it was just like for a short period of time.
Yeah.
And hey, Reginald, miss seeing you. There's Iris' husband going to time.
What's going on, Reggie?
And I want you to know, whether you're single, married, divorced, widow, whatever you are, if you're an individual and you want to be with a friend or have someone into your space, you've got to differentiate several things. Do you like being alone?
Yeah.
Now, one of the worst things that a person could do is like being alone, but now you want to get married, or now you want to be in a relationship. There is no way for you to do that. It's a very bad thing that if you're singly selfish. And I said this to a beautiful young lady I was talking to today, and I asked, "Do you want to be in a relationship?" And she said, "I like my space." So we're speaking about space. You could be singly selfish. That means that you've created an entity or a space just for you. So now that you want to be in a relationship, what you have done is you program everything about your space for one individual.
Yeah, that's right.
And so what I said to her, I said, if you want to be in anything, if you want to be in a relationship, a healthy relationship, even friends, you don't want your friends infringing upon your time, because that's your space. The only thing that you are allowed to give anybody is your time. So if you want to be in a relationship, you've got to learn how to let someone infringe upon your time.
That's right.
And invade your space.
And not take it like an infringement. Though.
Right. But wait a minute. If you're in a healthy environment or you're in a healthy relationship, sometimes letting them into your space is not an infringement.
Yes.
It's like, I like my husband, I just don't love him. A lot of people are married, but they don't like each other.
Yeah.
God, a lot of people want to be in relationships, but you want to be in a relationship on your time because you like your space. So you've got to ask yourself, are you singly selfish? That means a lot of single people, you are single so long until you don't want to change your space.
Yeah.
You don't want to change when you go to bed. You don't want to change what you want to have. You've created such a space of selfishness until you don't want to be involved with anyone else.
That's right.
When they come along and they want to be in any type of relationship, friendship, you say, I don't want you in my space.
That's right.
Because I created this just for me.
That's right.
Married people. If you're married to someone and you guys are never together, I need to know why. Not that I want to be in your personal business, but I want to know, does your wife have to babysit you? Does your husband have to babysit you?
Or do you even like each other?
Or do you like each other enough to be in each other's space?
Because it happens.
Yeah. Someone said, I'm married and I love my space. Now, let's talk about this. Thank you. She said, you're a pretty couple. Thank you, Eddie. I want you guys to understand.
I was pretty?
You can't. You're beautiful.
I'm a pretty?
Honey, you can be beautiful. You can be a man. You know, I always say, hello, beautiful.
Yeah, you do.
Okay, shmush.
Thank you.
How many times you say it?
4 times.
4 times. So you have to understand that even in a relationship, when I was in the car coming home, I could feel Fred missing me from each. Baby, I need you to stop playing. I did. We going to the same house. We're married. We going to the same space. And when I switch lanes, he switched lanes. When I made it, we going to the same space.
I think you got that backwards. I switched lanes to make sure nothing was in front of you so you could switch lanes.
In front of me, that's that Lacwana.
Did
In
you
front
get
of
that? Did you get
I
that?
got it.
Okay.
I got it. But you
I made way for you.
No, you did, because I realized that the man was in the back. You made way for me to get over.
Yeah.
However, he could have hit the gas and said, "I see you when you get home." we husband and wife. However, what you have to understand is his concern for me allowed him to stay shy so that he made sure I'm okay.
Yeah.
And so you got to ask yourself, in being in people's space, why are you there? Watch this. If there is a level of dishonesty and distrust, it's not that I like being with you. I'm trying to watch and see what you're doing. I want to know who you're talking to, especially if there was infidelity involved or if you found yourself in a situation where there's a lack of trust. So it's not that I'm with you and I'm in your space because I like you. I want to watch and see what you're doing. I want to see where you go on. Who are you talking to? Who's on the phone with you? So you've got to ask yourself, what kind of space have you guys created? This is the type of space that I can't stand. I'm being very transparent. If you guys are in each other's space, but it's space between you, you're not occupying each other at all. Watch this. If you're in each other's space, but you're not in each other's space, you're not creating anything at all.
You're not
Sometime, right. Sometime between two people in a room is a lot of tension. It's a lot of tension. So if you're in a room and he watching a movie over there, you watching a movie over there, and you just like, and you can hear these crickets in the background, you guys just created a space to exist.
Yeah.
So why are you there? Why are you there? Being in each other's space when you have a healthy friendship calls for conversation. It calls for you to have a dialogue.
She said, I hate clingy people.
Okay. Now, are you in a relationship? Are you married? Or are you single? Because that type of personality, disposition, or maybe person is not ready for a relationship.
That's the first thing I asked you too, right? I think that's one of the things I asked you.
You asked me.
I asked you.
First you asked me, was I controlled? Let's tell the truth and shame the devil. Ma, he asked me, was I controlled? He was asking me, I'm married now. We'll talk about it. That's a nightcap. What did I ask?
I asked you, was I too clingy for you?
Okay.
You know, I asked her, was she comfortable with me being in her space? Was she comfortable with, having that conversation? A person being, because everybody not comfortable with that. Some people don't want to, they want to, a couple hours, I'm good. But some people don't want that type of close relationship.
I think with people.
But so I asked you and you was like, I'm all right.
No, I'm good. But I think I invited you in because I desired you. Because space is space, but you got to be careful who you allow in it. Amen. Might drop. And so I welcomed him in because his character and me feeling safe wanted the company. And I think sometimes if you're single for a period of time and someone is saying, am I too clingy? If I don't like you, yeah, you clingy. Watch this. If I don't like you, then you're clingy, because a person that likes somebody wants you with them all the
Amen.
time,
That's
all
good.
the time.
That's good,
And so
baby.
sometimes that's what I'm saying. In your singleness, you got to ask a person, oh, no. Watch this. Remember the two people that sat on the deck? Baby.
When we was on what deck?
Be with me.
I
They
got
sat
you, I
on the
got you.
deck. And they was like this.
Oh, yeah.
Right? There was no invitation.
Yeah.
So sometimes when you are single and you don't like the person, there is no invitation to my private party. Watch this. My private party that I created with oneness for myself, I'm not inviting you in.
Yeah.
And so sometimes when you are single or you're trying to date, you don't invite the person into your space because you don't really like that person. You only invite someone in if you like them. So to ask me, am I, no, I love it because I'd already fell in love with him. And so single people, ask yourself, do you really want someone do you want to be a part of someone?
Yeah.
Because it means they may be clingy. What about people who are very touchy-feely?
Right. That's good, baby.
What about people who they want to touch, they want to hug? You invade my space.
Yeah. And if you're a person that's been single for a long time,
yeah,
and you've never experienced a person that's intimate, it's gonna feel strange to you.
Right.
I think part of you, baby, you had to go through it for a second, and it was, and it wasn't a bad her going through. She had to come to a new, like, dang, this all right,
yeah,
because she wasn't used to nobody being that close,
right.
So
well, I didn't like anyone,
but I always say, baby,
yeah,
you was prepared.
I think there's a level of everybody, whether you're married, single, divorced, you have to prepare someone for your space. Understand that nobody prepares a house really to live alone. That's basically it. A chair is still a chair, even if there's no one sitting there. But a chair is not. So you gotta go left. So yeah, a chair is a chair, but a chair doesn't have purpose unless it's holding something.
Amen. And
so you have purpose to hold something, whether it be a friendship, a marriage, a relationship, or something. We were made to coexist with people.
Yeah.
He said, Noah, build an ark, 2 by 2.
Ooh, that's good.
2 by 2. He said, Adam, I wish that no man, but I'm going to speak in the mankind sense, be alone, which means that Adam was in a space by himself, just existing.
Right.
So God said, what I've got to do, I've got to create something to invade his space because I see that this is not good.
Yeah.
So some people have to understand, thank you. Some people have to understand, do I really want someone in my space?
Yeah.
Whether you're married or not, you got to get the understanding of space. Now watch this. Fred has an office. He has a gym. What's up, Fred? Fred has an office. He has a gym. I have an understanding of the space. Not that he doesn't want me in it. I understand that there's
what I did as soon as you gave, what I did as soon as I said the officer, what I did.
He put a desk in there for me.
Yeah.
So he had an office and he put a desk in there for me. And I'm like, I don't like the office in my own office. I don't need this. He says, no, he likes. And so with all that getting understanding, you have to get an understanding as to what space you have access to and when, what time. Now watch this. As a wife, I understand that when he's working out and I hear music, I'm not going to infringe upon his space because that's his me time. Yeah. He didn't have to ask me for it. I understand he needs that to focus. He never had to say it.
Yeah,
when he's in his office and he's working, I already know, even though my office is in there, I can go in a room or somewhere else and work. However, I understand if he's working, sometimes I'll creep in there, and if he's too serious, I'll tiptoe out because I understand. That's not being mean. So I think sometimes you have to get an understanding as space. However, if there are trust issues, you will never be alone. Even going to the store, you will never be alone. And that's what I'm saying. Y'all got to understand space. You got to understand space. Now, if you ladies and gentlemen, you dating somebody and they just rang your doorbell or they knock at your door and you like, y'all just met and they just showing up at your house.
Something wrong.
With all that getting, let's get an understanding. We need to understand that. I ain't say that you had to roll up in my house like this, especially all time night. No, we don't do that. You have to get an understanding about space. Right?
Right.
That part.
I guess somebody came and knocked on that door.
No. I want to read something. Someone said, I'm very affectionate when my husband wants to be around. Okay. So what do you do with someone who's very affectionate? And you find like, okay, I don't understand this.
Okay, go ahead.
That if you're in a relationship with someone or you start to date and they are very touchy-feely. They're very, very touchy-feely and you say, I don't care for someone touching me or, you're invading my space.
I don't think those two people going to get along too long.
You got couples that are married and they don't.
But it's like,
especially if they got OCD.
But let me say this though, I think the same way that we adapt to being affectionate and intimate with a person, you also adapt to being spaced away from another person. So you make a normal of not having intimacy or not being intimate. So you have this relationship where you don't have intimacy with one another, not sexual, because you can be in this big space and y'all can be one side of the room, you be on the other side of the room, and then you get together at night and then come together, but it ain't never like it's supposed to be because intimacy really doesn't exist. So it's a way that people adapt. It can be dysfunctional, but it is a way people adapt.
Unhealthy spaces when you guys lack the understanding as to what you both need to thrive.
Yo, that's good.
Even though we were into I was in my car, he was in his car, and we were going to the same place. We were not in the same car, and it felt weird. It felt weird because we created this space.
We created it.
Now let's talk about creating space. Compatibility is key,
It's
Brittany
key.
said.
Yeah.
But when you create space, it means that we both, or you guys, get an understanding as to how you guys are going to function. How you guys going to get an understanding about, sometimes I need some me time. Seriously. Jody, I can say whatever I want to. This is my platform. You can go where you want to do. Ask or ask. I can say whatever I want.
She said axe. That
She
was
said
me.
it's axe. Please don't correct my husband because you get blocked for that.
I'm Southern.
He's from the South.
I'm from the South. It's axe.
So
But I can spell it. I'm just saying.
say your axe,
I'm
baby.
just saying.
Say axe.
Yeah.
Axe.
It's axe.
Axe. Axe. All you want to.
Oh, but don't try my vocabulary. I'm sharp with it.
No, don't we ain't worried about her. She,
I'm just playing. I'm just
she
playing.
gonna get her axe kicked.
I'm just playing.
So AX.
Love
So
won't hurt anymore. Y'all remember that? Okay.
stop
okay.
it.
I'm sorry.
So what I'm saying, someone said Trinidad, hey Trinidad. So what I'm going to say to you is you have to create space.
You have to.
Creating space. Creating space is simply mean that you have to get an understanding.
Yeah.
The Bible says, with all thy getting, get an understanding. The understanding is you've got to get an understanding as to, you know what, sometimes I need some me time.
Yeah.
Right? Sometimes, Rufus, you're stupid. Sometimes you need some me time. Me time is necessary.
Yeah.
Do you want me time?
Not all the time. I think the only me time that I probably get is when I get on the motorcycle. Other than that, I need you close.
Okay. I think sometime.
I'm playing. Me time is vital.
Okay.
You know, because even like it's just like my wife said. Even though I'm down here and I'm working out, that's still me time.
Okay.
You understand? So you still need that time where you could just process, meditate, or whatever you like to do that brings you balance. So I think it's important for every person to have some type of me time.
Okay. When do you want me time? I'm gonna go somewhere deep with single people, but I'm gonna ask you a question.
Actually, you
When
asking me?
No, yeah. When do you want me time?
I don't have to ask for it.
Let me tell you something. You don't have to ask for it,
Yeah.
but I think I understand when you need it. You do have me time when you go into the bathroom, me time when you're going downstairs, me time. But I'm saying, I think when you create a space, I think people got to learn how to create a healthy space. Now, I'm going to say something, and this is for the single men and women alike. Suppose you're dating someone, and they tell you,
Somebody said a nail shop, hair shop.
the nail shop and hair shop, that's good. Suppose you're dating someone, and they tell you, I need some space.
Ooh, that don't sound good though.
Okay, they laughing. How many single people have dated someone and they said to you, I need some space? Give an angry face. Give an angry face. If you dated someone and they said, I need some space. Give an angry face. If you've heard this before, give an angry face. Okay. So
That's a cute angry face. That ain't bad.
okay, wow, bam. Look, Fred. Point
Yep,
to
there it is.
Okay. It's this way. There
I
you
got
go.
it.
You got it, Shmish Shmish. You got it. Okay.
Bam.
So everyone has heard this.
Either heard it or said it.
Mother CC. Okay. Okay. I can't even. Al Kamar from Jersey City said, what happens when someone says, I need some space?
Yeah.
It is the most heart-wrenching thing. Oh, Eddie too. Oh, God. Ooh. It is the most heart-wrenching thing when you're feeling someone. You guys got a vibe going on.
Right.
And they say,
you think y'all got a vibe going on.
That's what it is. They think, I need some space.
Yeah.
It's not you. It's me.
Yeah.
You choo-hooing for you.
Oh, my God.
Did you ever say that?
That's crucial.
I think that's the norm when a person doesn't want to be bothered anymore. That's the needle that fell off the record.
How many times you told somebody that?
All the time.
It's not you, it's me.
No, I didn't have to do that because I didn't date like a lot of women and men. Remember, there's no honor among thieves.
Oh, yeah, you was just...
See, all the problem that a lot of people are having, they've had because I didn't date like that. I came from the door and said, you're not the only person that I'm going to see. So it was their decision if they wanted to rock with me. That was way long.
That was way back.
Way back then.
Way back.
So 2,000 people have a watch party.
Way back.
Yeah, I was. What did you say?
You don't want to be no player?
No, I don't. Fred just flat out just said it. But I was a player.
She was a player.
Playette. They call it playette. God call it playette. So at that time.
Heartbreaker.
That's the line. That's the line when you are with someone and you really don't want to get involved. Or that you guys, someone said they want us to be a guest on your show. Delirium and Michelle's our assistant. When you say, I need some space.
Right.
That's hard because the person could really need some space. It's not saying that you need space. It's allowing them the opportunity to get it. Two things can happen. The first thing can happen is you can give them the space and lose them. Or you could give them the space to fix the problem that they have and come back together and be stronger. However, if you love them or like them or have an understanding, first, giving the space is necessary. For instance, you're dealing with something with the children's father, or you're dealing with something financially, or you're dealing with a health issue. You have to ask the person, can we have an understanding first about what's going on in your life so that I can respect you enough to give you the time that you need. First, get an understanding. How long are we going to have this space? I think it's very wrong for a person to say they need space, and then you find them dating other people, or you say, I need space.
See, that's when it's wrong. That's what Stefanetta was saying.
Yeah, you say you need space, and then you go on Facebook, you go on social media or whatever, and then you find that
Instagram like...
Yeah, right. Or you say you need space, and then you realize they really didn't want space at all. They just told you this
they're trying to get
so
away.
that they can get away.
Yeah.
Honesty is always the best policy. I think so. No?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
I mean, I think also...
I think when you hear that, though, when...
Someone said that's a coward.
Yeah. Most times, whether it's a man or a woman now. Because y'all be fair in here now.
Okay.
Because it ain't men just ain't the only one say that. So, but when for most time you hear that, the person don't want to be with you no more. I mean, I know space. The person would say, "But I need some space." It could be some cases where the person really is asking for space for healthy purposes. But in most cases, they're like, "Man, I ain't feeling you. I'm gonna need you to."
Right. I think sometimes when people are not honest, I think that when a person tells you that, when a person says that, walk away and run.
Yeah.
Don't even wait for that door to open up again. Shut it. Bolt it.
Yeah.
Bolt it. Because they don't have the courage to tell you the truth. There are some cases where people do need space. But sometimes when a person does need space and you allow them to fix whatever it is that's going on in their life, they let you know, look, I'm going to court. Look, I got baby daddy issues, baby mama issues, or is that a bug?
Yes, baby, and they starting to come in here heavy.
Okay, so
I'm just protecting you. I know how my baby is. She gonna be off and running if anything happens.
Amen. That's why I said
I'm gonna finish that up. She be
the devil's stupid. He should have came as a bug. Bill's a bug.
Bill's a bug.
But you gotta ask yourself an honest question. You have to be honest about your space. Do you want this space because you're no longer interested, or do you need the space because you're going through something? And I think you should ask the person. You need this space. I just want to have an understanding. Okay, so if you want this space, I'm going to give it to you. But then be honest. I'm gonna date other people.
Yeah.
Am I gonna
Yeah.
wait?
Most people not gonna be. They're just not gonna be honest.
Right. Right.
It's just not. Now I'm gonna tell you. I mean, I could be honest.
Yeah.
I had moments where I thought, I thought she was gonna say, "I need some space."
Really?
Yeah, man, that's a terror when you really feeling somebody.
Why did you feel like I would say that?
No, but that's something in the inside of the person.
Okay.
Like that had nothing to do with you or
Right.
anything you done. You hadn't said or done anything. But when a person, and this is for single people, and this is for people that are dating, when you have gone through something and things have happened,
Right.
stuff lingers.
Okay.
Stuff lingers in you where you are afraid you're gonna hear or something crazy gonna come and he gonna say, well, so I think a lot of people, now it didn't stop me from giving my all, but I think a lot of people don't give their all because they just think at any minute a person gonna say that.
I believe that when a person wants to be in a relationship, and when I say this, it's not just necessarily single people. What's up, Corey? I believe people in general, you have to understand that time is important and it's valuable. And you give it to someone that it's going to be well spent with. I think sometimes you have to be very mindful and you've got to watch the conversation. Is the dialogue good? Are we having healthy dialogues? Are we laughing when we're in each other's presence? I mean, I feel like you're sucking me dry. I think some space you need to open yourself up to. Someone said something on Facebook very profound. She said that she went up the ladder to pull something down because the lights went out. And she said, I need a man. And so it was funny when I read her post, but I said, when I was at that point in my life, when I was single, when God invited my husband and he was like, babe, where's the ladder? Da, 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 da. And he came in and he began to create this space that was healthy. It was easy to invite him in, watch this, because I needed him.
Yeah.
I needed him. I believe single people have to understand that. Are you inviting people into your space for a reason?
Yes. Or are you inviting?
Are you inviting?
And I think that you that are dating, when a man comes in, when men come into your space, they can tell whether they're welcome or not.
Wow.
And it's not you having a meal ready. It's not you what you got on. A man can tell off the bat whether he is really welcome.
Okay,
Like for my first
conversation.
conversation with my wife, by the time we had talked 3 times on the phone, she's states away, I knew that I was invited into her world. I knew that it was genuine. I knew that it wasn't anything there. I knew. I got it, baby. I got it. So I knew that there was, and men and a lot of women, what you don't understand is when you bring some men inside your space, he can already tell whether he is genuinely welcomed in that space or not. And sometimes the date doesn't go right because he can feel it. He knows off the bat.
Is she standoffish?
He knows off the bat, this is a one-timer. I'm finna move on after this, no matter whether we get it in or not. I'm gone, because they can tell. Men can tell, and women can tell when they're really welcomed in a relationship.
So what's standoffish for a man when he comes into a woman's world and she's created this entity, this space, that it's just me. It's me and my kids. It's me and my kids. What does he feel? What is she throwing off?
I think he feels, especially when
Someone said her spirit.
when there is. Yeah.
Okay.
One thing about it is definitely spiritual. It's definitely spiritual. But when a person is standing and they're putting so much space in between you, everything is always, and I ain't trying to get deep. My wife asked me this, so I'm gonna say it. But a lot of times it's always in the eyes.
Wow.
You can always tell the eyes are a gateway, and the eyes tell the truth. And a person in there, and when a person is looking you in your eyes, they can tell whether you are really into them or not. You can say what you want. It's like my wife says to me, she said, "What you thinking about? You intense." And I said, "I ain't thinking about that." She said, and it's because you can't hide certain things. It can't be hidden. And a man or woman knows. The gateway always tells you. The eyes always tell you whether a person is really there or not.
Wow. Do you think that single women they say that they want someone in their space, but their actions say that there's not, that they don't. How do they break down the walls that they built to keep people out?
First, they got to discover.
But yet and still, they say they want to be with someone.
Right.
I meet a lot of successful Black women specifically who are single because they have kept people out their space with barriers, boundaries, and being so independently strong until he says, keep your space because I'm not needed there.
Are you ready for my answer?
I am ready for your answer.
Okay. So I am married to one of the strongest.
Thank you.
And have been, even in relationships, still independent women there is.
I just don't like bugs.
Okay, but let me show you this. We had a chance to get to know one another on so many levels that when it did come to the time for her to begin to respond as a businesswoman in things that she is knowledgeable in, and I'm in the space, if I had come in contact with her and not knew her intimately first, it probably would have stirred. It probably would have seemed like a wall, even though it wasn't a wall. It's just how she operated. So a lot of times, those walls that men seem to can't get past is because you just ain't let them get close enough yet.
I think, okay, so we're talking about space.
Yeah, we talking about space. Did we get off?
No,
Okay,
I
we
think,
good.
and have a watch party because we get ready in. I think that trust create boundaries.
Yes.
I think that when people have been hurt, when people have been used, it puts them in an awkward space to create a healthy space.
Yeah.
It puts them in an awkward space. What's the matter?
She did not run and she had that bug on her. Now, y'all don't understand.
I'm growing because you're here.
Go ahead on with it, baby.
So I'm saying, if you created a boundaries, you built moats and you got crocodiles, and you created an island just for yourself, it's because you were hurt.
Yeah.
Or something caused you to be in a space by yourself. But don't stay there too long.
Right.
If you stay there too long, you're going to create such a permanent space for individual space for yourself. I don't think a man wants to fight that hard.
Man ain't trying to
get
break
to
in.
know you.
A man don't want to break in.
What do you mean?
I understand. It's a difference between being welcomed in and trying to break in.
Okay.
You know, so a man don't want to feel like he got to try to break in. Anytime a man feels like he got to try to break in a relationship with you, he automatically thinks that it's already somebody else that's already welcomed.
Right.
That makes sense.
That does.
So anytime a man, he can be the only one that you may be dating seriously. But if a man feels like if his efforts always feel like I got to try to break into, you know, and I'm trying hard with you.
Okay.
Then he automatically in his mind thinks that there's already somebody else.
What about defense? Suppose that space for single women, that's defense.
Yeah. I agree.
In defense mode.
But
okay.
men ain't thinking like that.
Do you take defense mode on a date?
Yeah, you shouldn't. I hope you don't. That's a short date.
Okay. And I'm gonna say this. Remember, we're adults. I think a lot of women feel that way because the first thing that they have in the mind is, if I let my guard down, first thing he wants is sex.
Yeah.
Now remember, there's a difference between sex and intimacy.
Yeah.
Fred knew me intimately.
Yeah.
He knew me intimately. Intimately is those late night phone calls, FaceTiming each other, sleeping with the phone next to each other, and consistency.
Yeah.
And so
from day one.
Yeah. And so the consistency allows you to create a healthy boundary for him to be welcome into your space.
Yeah. I can like that.
It does.
I like that. And to confine that comment, listen to what my wife just said. In order for you to have healthy spacing, it must be healthy intimacy first without sex.
Are those Beatles, Fred?
Yeah, and they piling up in here.
Okay, we got to get up out of here because
one of these things fly on my wife. You know, she did good with the shirt.
Good, 'cause
she ain't gonna do good if it fly on her face or something.
Okay. See, somebody wants to ask me a question about divorce. If you're divorced, then yes, you get in a relationship. Sometimes it depends on you. It depends if you divorce. There's some people that got divorced and got married because you don't know that they were already separated or they were already divorced for a number of years. I think sometimes what people want to ask me is, well, how long did I wait? There's a lot of things that I want to say, but I'm not going to say them. But I am going to say this. I was divorced longer than what people thought. That's just true. I was divorced longer than what you thought. But just
and some people that were married been separated and divorced longer than what you thought.
Yeah.
You can't if you put divorce on the date on the paper, then you already lost.
Right.
Because most people that do divorce, they've been separated.
Right. But no, statistical studies say that if you've been married, I'm just going to do a figure. If you were married for 4 years and you got divorced, you were already separated 2 years before that. Yeah. Because it happens where divorce just don't happen overnight. It's a process. And so sometimes even though you see people going, don't mean that they together, that's like just smile. It's a whole lot of divorce separated people on Facebook looking real pretty. Mm-hmm. Might get fifth, a drop of fifth. And so someone said, dang, I came in late. And so what I'm saying to you is you have to feel it. If you're a widow, why can't you marry again? If you're divorced, why can't you marry again? Yeah. Who said that it's predicated on a time or a place? Hopefully you're divorced and get married again. A lot of people think that they know what they don't know. Yeah. And so it's up to you. So if you're widowed and you want to get married, then do that.
The worst thing about a divorce is if you didn't learn, if all you remember is what the other person done and you didn't pick up what you can be or who you can be or what you can do better going on, then you ain't learned nothing.
No, not at all. And so I just want you guys to understand that happy is already, I hope you're happy before you welcome somebody else into your happiness. A lot of people are not happy. And so please don't invite people into your space, because the only thing you're going to do is you're going to take your unhappiness and you're going to make somebody else unhappy. And that's what we really don't want. You've got to be happy and invite somebody into your happy place to occupy your happy space.
Amen.
And we're going to leave for that because
the bugs are filling up in here, and I'm going to get my wife out of here.
Yeah, and that one fat. That one is fat.
All on fat. They all live, see that they're everywhere.
Okay, babe, come on now. Look, we got.
Listen,
wrap this up.
We love you guys.
Yeah, I love y'all.
Married couples. Look,
now,
work on your healthy space.
Hold on, because now my leg is itching. They got me itching. Look, Fred. Look at this one. I think this one bit me right here.
They don't bite.
What do you mean they don't bite? Bugs do bite.
Healthy couples that are married.
And they fat and they juicy.
And things create healthy space.
They flying in here.
All
I
right?
think they dying. I think something bit me.
All right.
On my ankles.
We love you guys.
And this one just fat. You got to sweep.
Say good night, baby.
Okay, good night.